Okay, this is Monday morning. I'm hand holding the camera. They're setting up the tee box. Another day of assault. Another day of assault. That tee is probably no more than 35 or 40 yards from me right now and just offline. Any mishit to the right all day long by any high handicapper. These are the high handicapper tees. Okay? These are the men's tees for the high handicap. They're the silver tees. There's the ladies' tees. Okay? All day long, we're going to have high handicappers playing those tees. These are men who, and sometimes women, but mostly men, older men, and beginners. A lot of beginners, a ton of beginners, beginners who don't take lessons, beginners first time play. They're 35 yards from me and just offline. Any mishit, any mediocre golf. This is the last outpost for golf in the West Valley. It's probably one of the most western golf courses in the West Valley. Okay? There's no marshalling here. The inmates run the asylum. Anybody, whether they've ever touched a golf club in their life, if they're a gorilla, a 250-pound gorilla, they're allowed to walk on that tee and tee as many balls as they want and hit as many as they want. Now, day in and day out, I have to deal with people hitting balls in my yard. You see where I am right here? These two houses are incoming. This is interdiction and harassment fire. Why is it interdiction and harassment fire? Because no matter how beautiful a guy's practice swing is at impact or practice, the critical moment is impact. And I've seen some of the prettiest practice swings in the world. Pretty. They look like they're pros until they get halfway through the downswing and then they pull the trigger too fast. They panic, they freak out. They don't know how to play the game and they end up yanking one. And every time it gets yanked in my yard. Everybody knows it. Everybody on the golf course knows it. There isn't a person here that hasn't played around the golf where they haven't seen a guy hit a ball up in my yard. And usually 9 out of 10 times after the guy hits the ball in my yard, I've got a person walking in my yard to pick up their golf ball. This is a landing and recovery area. I'm subjugated to the will of the golf course. That white stake right there says that they can play right up to my property line. And if they want to have a strategy of putting one up on this hill and avoiding the lake, they can. Anybody. Say the guy takes a pitching wedge and says, I want to put one up there by that white stake and then play it from there. I want to go up and look on his patio. I'm going to take a camera with me and I'm going to go up and we're going to do a close-up of everything on his patio in his house. We're going to case the joint. We're allowed to, because those white stakes say we can play right up there. We can have a strategy of playing up here every time we play this hole, if we want. Now, take these white stakes and move them out about 25 feet to the crest of the hill. You don't need all this play area up here. You need this play area because you got mediocre, beginner, and non-professional amateur golf. That's why you need all this play area up here. At my expense. The expense of my windows, the expense of my solar panels, the threat that I have guests over here, especially children. Can you imagine a gorilla on that tee today and he takes one off the toe? He's a gorilla and he toes one off the club. He hits a blue darter, a worm burner. It doesn't get 10 feet off the ground and it comes straight for this property. For a window or a child. Day in, day out. Day in, day out. This is golf in Arizona. Redneck golf. Buckeye golf.